Welcome to another episode of the Big Brothers of Destruction podcast. It's the Mazaku.
It's your boy, Swag Switcher in the building with apparently dirty-ass glasses.
And holding the most prestige title in gaming. These motherfuckers keep talking about the CEO, Mercedes Monet. I'm holding the title that I have won that these fuckers keep talking about constantly, okay? God damn it. So I'm just hold it right here and to show you I'm not a bandwagon of belt collecting Monet. She might even try to collect my goddamn belt because it has there.
You decided to show it off. She's coming for you, bro.
Shit. She
what
gonna
you don't realize is that she's actually a champion Street Fighter herself.
Oh, God, I'd be damn. She beat my ass. She has to earn this shit. Street Fighter 2. Okay, she has to earn this. I've been playing that game for years. Regardless of the fact, welcome back to another episode. Like I said before, I just had to get that off my chest. We got a couple of things to talk about. Halloween Havoc, and briefly talk about the AEW. I do want a brief segment. We can speed round or lightning round that shit so we can kind of finally get it out there, because I need people to know we've tried to record that episode last Sunday after the pay-per-view, and the audio just didn't want to work, and that pay-per-view was ass. All right, we're going to talk about it later on, but Swag, please let us know what is on the agenda outside of Halloween Havoc and talking about AEW.
Oh, man. So it's funny because, like, outside of Halloween Havoc, the only thing to talk about is really AEW and just all of their foolishness that they've... It's crazy. So, when you look at the wrestling landscape right now, right? WrestlePalooza happened. That was a horrible time.
Ass pay-per-view, okay? Trash.
And, of course, it was their WWE's first like real main roster pay-per-view going up against AEW. And that AEW pay-per-view, what was that, All Out?
Yeah, because that was when I think that was when Paige won the belt, right?
Correct. So like that AEW pay-per-view was fantastic. Probably their either I would say like their second best, if not best pay-per-view they've had all year. While WWE put on their worst pay-per-view they've had this whole year. And then AEW follows it up with the slop that they gave us in this Wrestle Nightmare.
Yes.
While ever since WrestlePalooza, WWE has done almost a full about face and has been giving us relatively pleasing content as far as wrestling goes, which is, it may not be great, but compared to what we was getting, like SmackDown is kind of watchable right now.
Kinda. It really is. I mean, shit. This SmackDown was like, okay. Did you ever see the meme of Jade Cargill being Scar?
Yes. I feel she did on purpose because if you notice, because I think she actually now has a legitimate scar there.
Yeah.
But she absolutely put the red makeup on. If you look closely, it glitters. Like, it's kind of great. But, like, I don't know if this is a Jade Cargill heel turn.
I mean, technically it would in the technical sense, yes, because Tiffany is supposed to be a face.
Yeah, okay. So it comes off and it would seem that Jade has done a heel turn, which honestly is probably the best thing for her. However,
because she can heal it up. I mean, AEW, she was healing it up and she was doing a good job there.
Jade is much better as a bad girl.
It's interesting how every time we get into situations where a person is better as a heel, they say, let me try to face it up. MJF tried it. We want you as a heel. Tiffany in NXT was better as a heel, goes into finally being a face. They say she's stale. They say she's not fun. And the same things happen for Jade Cargill. She's stale. She's not fun. She has no character. Sometimes it's just better being the villain. It is really. And I used to be a big fan of faces back in the day. And now I'm just healing it the hell up.
I feel. Now, I will say, I think with Jade, I think she was bad at being a babyface because actually no. So I think with actually I'll rewind. I think you're completely right about Jade Cargill about the babyface and her better than being a heel. I do think with Tiffany Stratton, I don't think she's a bad babyface because she's a great heel.
Yeah.
But I think she comes off as a bad babyface because they don't know how to promote her as a babyface.
That too, or every opponent she gets is Nia Jax.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because when you look at some of the other people who she's fought in this year, most of them were like pseudo babyface. Like her initial match with Charlotte Flair, they actually were trying to push Charlotte as like a babyface in that match
and
originally.
That failed.
And it flopped. But then like after that match, Charlotte Flair, for all intents and purposes, made the babyface turn. She's babyfacing it up right now.
Oh, that's because she has a leg split, but yes, correct.
But it's like they had Tiffany going up against Jade Cargill, and it's like at that moment it was babyface versus babyface. And everyone knows that usually just does not work. There's a very fine-tuned way you got to make a babyface versus babyface actually good.
They have to be workhorses, like Javon Evans versus Sami Zayn. Those are two workhorses.
Yes, but see though, like with like story-wise, like the way you have babyface versus babyface, though it's kind of sort of been a little repetitive and a little bit like dry because of the Vision stuff, but that's how like the whole situation with Jay, CM Punk, LA Knight, yeah, you know, all of those guys, they're all three of them, they're baby faces.
Yeah.
But these three baby faces were fighting for a title.
Yeah.
Or the chance to get at a title.
Yeah.
And there was heels that they were also fighting with in the midst of it. And so that's why that worked. But like with Jade and Tiffany, Jade won a tournament. And then because of her winning that tournament, her still being babyface is now going against Tiffany, who is a babyface, and there's no heat there. There was nothing there.
No.
And then afterwards, there continued to be nothing there. Even though they keep trying to go at each other because just Tiffany has the title. They tried to make something be there. Once again, the Nia Jax thing you're saying.
Yeah.
They tried to make something be there when you throw in Nia Jax, because then Nia Jax came in and she whooped both of their asses.
Yep.
And then we got probably the worst wrestling match that has happened this year. Which is
you say it's worse than the fucking one we're going to talk about with AEW? You're right. No. Actually, I stand corrected. That is a wrestling match. The other one's a hardcore match.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but like, because that match was really all over the place, and that finish was so. The finish completely flopped.
Are we talking about the Tiffany one, or are you talking about the AEW one?
The Tiffany one.
Okay.
Well, AEW, they will get their time to shine at the end here. But like, yeah, no, like WWE, they've stepped their game up. They're doing better now. They're actually giving us good content. AEW has not changed in the worst way.
And
dare we say are trying to tread backwards.
A little bit, yeah. They're very confused about what's going on. But again, they will get their moment in the sun, because we definitely want to go into what was one other thing before we kind of go into Halloween Havoc. There was something else that went on that was very pressing. WWE might be trying to push Andrade back in. Bring a table up. They might be trying to bring Andrade back because he apparently is under contract because, he
yes.
Because of the non-compete clause.
Fam, that is so.
He'd be the first wrestler to go from WWE to AEW to WWE to AEW back to WWE.
So, and the problem is, so I guess let me start off by saying it's crazy and kind of fucked up what WWE has done to this guy. However, there's also just that fact. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also that fact that it's a contract. And when you break your contract, you can't just... He thought he could break the contract, they fired him, and he was going to be scot-free. And WWE was all like, no, we're not doing
Real
that.
quick, I want to thank my wife for bringing us snacks for the podcast. This is crazy.
I don't know. Actually, I knew we was joking about being like, like a snack tray, but like,
Put that on cam.
oh yeah, no, that deserves to be seen.
Oh, these pretzels, by the way, really good pretzels. I get these on the airport.
Oh, these are like the airplane pretzels?
Yeah.
Did you? Because I know you flew recently.
So we got them, and then I kept a bag. I said, yo, I got to get these pretzels. And so we actually bought the fucking pretzels. Yeah, we bought the fucking pretzels. We bought a whole bag of the shits. And we're not playing. These shits are fucking amazing.
Oh. Keep those out. I need to look for them. Because, no.
I'll send you the link.
Okay. Because that's crazy. You actually found the airline pretzel.
Hell yeah, motherfucker. I am a foodie first. I'm a foodie.
Oh, man.
But getting back into the logistical things.
But yeah, it was like, so whatever it was, as the word goes, he failed tests. Who knows what he had in the system? Some say weed.
Every day.
But when you look at him, he looks like he probably might have been on the gas a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's your prerogative, your body. You do what you want. But when you gotta do when you gotta do these tests and you fail them, and so he was fired. And then right after he was fired, he shows up on AEW. Now, shame on AEW because obviously they did not do their research to see if he could come back.
I don't think any of the companies have done their due diligence with contracts lately. Because I mean, it's happened in WWE and now it's showing in AEW too.
Now, when did that happen? Because
Aleister Black, you remember his contract just flew under the radar, and they didn't think about renewing it. They didn't think about he just didn't say shit. And so as his contract was ending, they were like, all of a sudden Aleister Black was like, wait, his contract expired. We haven't, and he's already gone.
Now, they
wanted to give him a new contract, but they didn't jump on it because they just, we're not checking contracts in their expiration date, which normally people should keep that on a spreadsheet, but like they didn't. So he was just like, so y'all not gonna renew my contract?
I found him out.
I guess I'm out, nigga.
But at least, unlike Andrade, he just let his contract run out, and he's like, all right, fine. Well, I want to keep getting paid, and so I'm gonna just go over here. And so that was WWE's fault. Yeah. So yeah, they did have their loss on that. But with this one, Andrade, damn, bro,
you was a goofy nigga.
he kind of goofed up on it. Is like for him to go and let his contract run up and then apparently not realize the fact that he's got this clause in the background of it, which in my mind, I've always wondered when people get fired like that, there has to be some kind of repercussion. Like you can't just be like, hey, yo, I'm going to just keep doing bad shit so y'all can fire me so I can go work somewhere else. Like even I know that can't be possible, or that doesn't make sense to be possible. And the wrestling industry is so weird because the wrestling industry is the only place I've ever seen where someone can get fired for doing something really bad in one company and then get hired by another company, ignoring whatever it was really bad that they did over there.
Riding the wave, getting them while they're still hot.
Which is such a... Wrestling is like the only company that does that, I swear. Or
basketball does it too sometimes.
You know what? It's sports. Sports, we don't care about what kind of person you are on the inside. We just need you to perform and keep putting money on our table.
They're the equivalent of that one girl. I can change him. Like, I can change him. Like, whatever happened, he just slapped one person. It's okay. I make him better.
That's true. Or even more so, it's like, I don't even want to change him. He just got good. That's really what.
But look, man, flaws aside, the way he's slanging is everything. Listen, that's crazy.
Those people exist. It's like, listen, I don't care if he's been to jail. if he beat up his last girlfriend. I heard he's good, so and I'm trying to get.
You know what? And you know what? I feel like that same thing is happening to Phoenix too, because he keeps moving to tag team partner every week.
Oh my
Javon
God.
Evans, Shinsuke Nakamura, Andrade. His must be good because he's just going to everybody. And I'm so sad about this too, because the Javon Evans one, perfect. If he was moving to the main roster, they just keep keeping him in NXT because of Leon. And that honestly is a better tag team. We would love to see that, man. Just two black brothers going in the industry, winning. And they're just perfect together. Their chemistry is good.
I think right now, which this is actually a perfect segue.
Yes,
I think
it is.
right now that's what they're wanting to do, especially since we got this whole correlation with TNA right now.
Yep.
And it's funny because it's like, if it was not for this little mix-up that they're doing, something like this would have never happened.
Never happened.
Because Javon Evans and what is his name?
Leon Slater.
Leon Slater.
Yeah.
Javon and Slater. They would have never met, probably.
Nope.
If not, maybe for a longer time down the road. Without this whole little TNA thing that they got going on.
Side note, I need people to also watch MLW for one person. Diego Hill. Diego Hill is on that level of a Javon, of a Leon Slater. Bro, like, I watched MLW last night because I sent you a link. I said, let me watch this dumpster fire of a pay-per-view, because it's the symphony of whatever it's called. Symphony of, I don't know, whatever it is. And the pay-per-view was a dumpster fire. I'm not going to get into the specifics, but there was one match, which I like this match type. It was a 5-man scuffle or something like that. Mm-hmm. They had a couple of legends, couple of, some luchadors, some people from Japan, and one little Diego Hill. That man was the highlight of the match, and he won the match. Mm. And that was the beautiful part about it. But he did Javon Evans' little bounce cutter. I was like, come on, bro. Like,
something about these young boys hitting them bounce cutters.
Yeah, man. He did that, and he also did, I think it was he did a spinal tap, but it was like a Phoenix spinal tap.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy. So when he hit it, it was like, 1, 2, 3, boom. I was like, you know what? I actually clapped. I was like, man, every other match on this card, basura. Diego Hill, I'm going to keep my eye on you, brother. Keep my eye on you, brother. If we can get you in that same ring with Javon and them, oh, boy. Oh, that would be crazy.
Oh, God, yeah.
I'm going to show you that match when we done. I'm going to show you that match. That one match, I will show you. But speaking of which, let's go ahead and go into Halloween Havoc, because since we were segue into that. Halloween Havoc, we have first match versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus La Parka and Mr. Iguana.
Yes, sir.
What's your thoughts?
So, in retrospect, it was a great match.
Yeah.
However, they were a little sloppy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't know who it was mostly from, though, because it was like moments where those two did it, and there was sometimes where the luchadors did it. So it was like, I think it was both parts.
Oh, they're both are at fault.
Yeah,
it's like they're both are at fault, but I feel like it's one of those things like because they were trying to be so high fly, but
the styles clash.
I don't even think it's styles clash. It's just there's a part of me that I don't want to say there might have been maybe a language barrier possibly, or just the fact just the cues were off.
There were 3 different languages or language types in the space. There was a UK brother, a brother, and 2 Latin individuals.
And so it's but getting past, because what they were, which is the problem with some things like this, because it's that finish that I think they were trying to do, where both was going to bounce off.
Oh man, I know.
They wanted that to connect so badly. And that would have been so clean.
That would have been like, ooh, actually, Randy Orton, you might need to stop doing the cutter, bro.
However, I mean, shout out to the announcer table for trying to cover it up.
Fuck Booker, this whole goddamn
Oh my God,
fuck
Booker T.
Fuck Booker T, the whole pay-per-view.
On a different level.
He was on something, and
It was wild.
It was like, bro, can Booker T shut the fuck up? Can we get fucking what's his name? Corey Graves. Get him in here. I'd rather him be on here right now.
I swear, because like what we've all heard about, like, you know,
the
people are in the the people who sat at the commentators booth. You know, there's people talking to them in their ears and stuff like that. I feel like Booker T turns that part off. I mean, I swear, he gets there, he sits there, like, all right, Booker, we want you to. And he just like turns the volume down.
He might,
and the only person he hears is the person who he's sitting next to. He cuts off the back. He has to, because
they might have one side headset of your commentator partner and the other side being the back. So he might be like, only on one side.
Yeah, you know how when you put it on, and you put this part behind you?
Yep. Pop my neck, man. Oh my gosh. The commentary for Booker tonight. Booker, I don't know what's going on, bro.
It was definitely
ridiculous.
Another level of
ridiculousness. I don't know. If that's NXT every Tuesday, I can't watch that. I can't watch that. I can't. But overall,
the answer is yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not watching it. This is a side note too. I have a weird relationship with NXT right now. It's coming from the Black and Gold brand, where every character just was like, I've noticed that it is NXT and the T is for thought. Because it's like every shorty on there almost is a thought in some way, shape, or form, bro. Am I wrong? And I'm not saying thought is in a bad way, by the way. I'm just like, it's every person is, I'm a bad bitch. And it's like, there's no characters except the girl who won. Her name is not Tamia.
Wait,
the girl who won the title.
Oh, you're talking about
It starts with
Tatum.
Tatum. That I see a character there. So I'm like, okay, where are the characters? Where are the actual characters who have lore? Literally, Fatal Attraction. Oh, is it Fatal Attraction?
Yeah.
That's literally the beautiful people. Literally, but just a little toxic. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just every female wrestler kind of feels the same. I'm a bad bitch.
It's like, I don't know why. Like, because like when you said just a little toxic, I'm like, that's Tekla. That's Tekla Mars.
But at least with Tekla and them, they're characters. They're dark and twisted. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying. Every one of them, if every group in there of ladies feels like just the beautiful people. And Zara, it doesn't feel that way. Obviously, she feels like she is mixed with Road Warrior and
she do got a little Road Warrior.
What's the other group? The Ascension.
Okay, I can see where you can get that Ascension feeling.
I really wish you would come up with the how, you know, I remember they come up in their entrance and you don't see them and they just yes, I love that shit.
Fam, there will never be another Ascension, and it's too bad that that team was buried.
Yeah, that's why my character comes out that way in the game. But anyway,
so
back to the match.
To what you were saying though, with that when it comes to like the Black and Gold versus now type situation.
Yeah, that's what I was originally going with. Yeah.
I like how we just ignore 2.0.
Yeah, no, no, we have to, bro. And I feel like 2.0 is still somewhat in there.
Oh, 100% it is.
It's just, but Black and Gold was just something different, bro.
So and this is my opinion in it, I think the difference is the people that were in Black and Gold, they were born wrestlers. Okay? These were people who woke up, watched wrestling, and said, that's what I want to do, and that's all I want to do. And so Black and Gold was wrestlers, maybe wrestlers in training, but they had some
psychology.
type of, they had a psychology and a wrestling mindset. NXT right now, a lot of the people who are there they're not wrestlers. At least
athletes.
not yet. They're athletes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Superstars.
when it comes to athletes, when you're an athlete, you don't have to have charisma to shoot a ball or run it up a field or to hit somebody really hard with your shoulder pads. You don't have to have charisma to do any of those kind of things. But you gotta have charisma when you come to the WWE. So when you get people who are like Braun Breaker, who was
An
now
athlete.
an
Well, he
athlete.
was born. He was kind of a born wrestler, though.
Now he was born into a wrestling family, but he
No.
was an athlete first.
Well, a lot of them tend to be like that. But I get what you mean.
Wait, what?
A lot of them tend to go into some kind of sport first. You know, like
True.
football. Like, I mean, Stone Cold, he played football first. The Rock played football first. So, like,
But I guess that does make sense. But like specifically, but when it comes to NXT,
yeah.
like they had a more thought process of like they are really trying to get into this wrestling, because old NXT, you know, you got more indie people kind of thing that came in.
Samoa
these
Joe,
people
Finn
were
Balor.
these people were indie guys who they went through NXT because NXT kind of taught them what are the WWE ways, and then once they learned that, they're like, all right, I'm good, send me up, buddy. And so that's that particular bit. As where now these people are athletes who WWE was like, hey, yo, you throw that ball pretty good, fam. Why don't you come through and we show you how to be a WWE superstar instead? Just in case if this shit don't work out.
You want that CTE? Not as quickly.
Crazy. But yeah, but overall, like, I think this match was just fine. I think, like, I liked what they were trying to execute. They messed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think it was fantastic.
And this is also the first time that I could see comedy with Mr. Iguana. It mixed well with Javon and Leon. Because that was like, okay, they two YNs. Obviously, they will fall for some shit like this, like the puppet and everything. So I was like, okay, I'm enjoying the comedy behind this too with Mr. Iguana. That was like the first time I could say that because it fit. It fit.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. And I think that also, which I feel might be your problem with Mr. Iguana, is the fact that they have not put him up against people that will mirror the energy.
Yeah.
Because when you have a comedy person going up against somebody, you got to put them up against someone who's going to either mirror that, otherwise, or it's going to fall flat.
The Finn Balor situation was cool too.
Exactly.
That was cool because it matches.
They gotta there's give and take when it comes to it, and a lot of people, especially in Mr. Iguana's case, act like they don't want to give back because Mr. Iguana, he's like, it's like, hey, because it's the whole thing. It's like, for Mr. Iguana to make sense and to really enjoy him, the person who he's going against has to allow Mr. Iguana to get his stuff in, and sometimes it falls flat because the other person's not giving Mr. Iguana that, that returning energy kind of thing. And these guys, like, there were certain points where I'm like, I won't even say, like, I think it was just because of the fact that, like, certain things, like, I feel they were kind of forced to just, I think they went a little too hard into it. But that might have just been me, like,
spot real quick. Was it the part where Javon and Leon is just standing there, and all of a sudden?
So that one didn't go all the way over on me,
okay.
but to an extent, there were certain parts where it's all like, okay, guys,
that was the one for me because it's like, all right, you ready? You ready? I'm like, bruh, like, it's just, do you not know where the other one is? Do you not see where the other one is? Okay. And then also the puppet comes up and I'm like, come on, boys. I know y'all YNs. Come on.
But yeah, but overall, like, get past like the little hiccups. I think it was a solid match,
Mm.
and it did what it needed to do.
Mhm.
And honestly, it kind of, for me, it actually really kind of solidified those two and the energy that they have as a tag team.
Yes, it needs to happen.
And I think, because for a while I was a little weird on Javon Evans, but seeing these two guys together right now, it's like, okay, I think I'm starting to get okay with their YN energy.
Yeah.
Because for a while,
The OG energy.
the far
Well,
from
they call themselves
the
young
well,
OGs.
yeah, young OGs, but like
That should be the
but
tag
like,
team name. It better be the tag team name. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it makes sense, but it's like their YN disposition is so, when they're talking to each other, I think I like it just because of the fact that they are a perfect representation of a very specific dynamic of people that has not had representation at all.
Like I'm about to say, like Crime Time.
But less forced.
Yeah. Like it seems very organic. But
yeah.
Side note,
less forced.
call yourself YOGs, but then do a tribute one day to the original gangsters, New Jack and Mustafa Ali. If you could do that for me one time, bro. If you could do that one time, because if you got young OGs, original gangsters. I'm just saying. But I did like the backstage segment where them two was like talking like, yo, we should do this again. Let's go for the tag titles. And his bruv, I have the NXT title thing. Like, so let me handle this. I got you, bro. I was like, I like that because it showcases like, okay, we are pushing this, but he still has his obligations to the title. So it's like, he's still gonna be in TNA. He's still doing his thing in TNA, but we are getting ready to push this, guys.
Yeah, and that's actually the part that specifically it was that segment that made me be like, okay, I like this.
Yeah,
because it's like, because you brought them up. Unlike Crime Time, it does not feel, they're not forcing a stereotype. These two are just this way.
Yeah,
so they're just being their natural selves. You know, it's not like we took two random black dudes. You know, like it's not like we took like you
talking about, okay, like Moose and Trick Williams.
Yeah, but like it's not like we took them and it was like, all right, we need you guys to play up and present yourselves as like
Hood.
you know, these as they call YNs. You know, that we want you guys to adapt that personality. These guys aren't adapting a personality. They are by definition YNs.
Yeah.
and so
Definitely.
and then the fact that we have an American YN, and then we have this this young bruv over here. But yeah, so that's great. This next match was better than I could have ever expected it to be.
Oh, you talking about All Ego?
Yes.
I'm okay. I love what Ethan Page is doing right now. I love it.
Talk about it.
And yeah, this match only solidified it too. You know, I haven't had a chance to watch a lot of his matches, but I love the All Ego. And then I didn't realize the whole theme song, kill him with a smile. I like, that's why boy, you smart, bro. You smart. Oh, man.
For a while, people was talking about how the fact that he actually took that from Vegeta, because before he started doing the all ego thing in the manga,
yeah, he did. Yeah,
he actually says, "You might be this, but me, I'm all ego,"
which is smart. I mean, if he is a Vegeta fan, hell, I would do that too. You know what I'm saying? We all incorporate something. I mean, all wrestlers incorporate something from some media of some sort. I mean, that's why we talked about the Undertaker thing with the, you know, the chant. He took that from media. So, like, if he did, I mean, why the fuck wouldn't you?
What I think I like most about this match is the fact that, because of the fact, for all intents and purposes, he won this match clean.
Oh, yeah.
Granted, it was an anything goes match. He did throw freaking powder in his face and beat him. But, like, Ethan Page performed in this motherfucker, bro.
Like, gotta give it to Wagner too. Give it to Wagner too.
Oh no, listen. There was a moment where I'm like, they're really about to give Dr. Wagner this title.
I knew they weren't giving him that damn. I knew they weren't giving him that damn belt.
So, at heart, I was that way, but watching the match as it was, there was a brief moment where I'm like, oh shit. And then as a okay.
Yeah. Like that table spot was like
all right, I got you here.
Oh shit.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
That was good.
Which was a clean cutter for a table spot on the top row, by the way. It was clean cutter.
Clean
cutter. Clean cutter.
Listen, this match was, and also it did a thing, and Ethan Page right now, which it's almost weird because Ethan Page for a while reminded me a lot of the character that MJF is. But Ethan Page is being a better MJF right now. And presentation and the way that they use Ethan Page on NXT, Ethan Page to me is MJFing better than MJF.
Currently, or are you talking about of all time, like ever?
No, I'm talking like right
okay,
now.
Okay. I was about to say like, whoa.
Oh no.
Because I feel like there's two different sides of it. Where MJF is a jock pompous ass. Ethan Page is a maniacal, egotistical individual. I feel like they're two different lanes, but they kind of do get in there. Because like Ethan Page, I don't feel like would go to the deepest of lows of trying to set a man on fire to get a title match, where Maxwell Jacob Friedman would. Ethan Page is the type to make a rap song better than your rap song. So it's like petty, but it's like, all right, I shake my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did beat my ass. Like,
it's one of those things where, but see, that's the problem though. Cause like what you said about MJF to me is the problem with MJF right now.
Got it.
Cause like what Ethan Page, right? What Ethan Page is doing is which is crazy to say this, but
prime MJF.
but when you compare his tenure in AEW, when MJF was on top and he was heel, that MJF is what Ethan Page is looking like right now.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And so, because like near this tail end, like because where MJF is like right now, like thank God he's left and he said he's going to try and find himself and you know and get rid of this doubt or whatever. Because it's like MJF can cheat, but MJF is also an actual good fucking wrestler. Like, he can out-wrestle half of the AEW roster if he really wanted to.
Kangaroo kick!
But it's like, though he can do that, it's like he does not. And he's been very, very coward's way out with everything recently. And I feel as if that's been bringing MJF down as a character, because it's like, yes, he can be that, you know, that shit-eating heel, but it's like, he's actually good in the fucking ring. And Ethan Page is good in the fucking ring, but deep down he is that piece of shit heel that, you know. And so it's like him and AJF, they have a lot of likenesses, but it's like the things that made MJF good is why Ethan Page is fucking great right now, kind of thing, because he does the whole thing where he's kind of like, you know, like that, you know, that heel that, you know, will take the easy way out.
Yeah.
But then like he does get to that point where he'll be all like, all right. You trying to press me right now? All right, let me show you why I'm still this champion type situation. Mm-hmm. And MJF, he has that about him. He just hasn't been doing it right.
Yeah.
And so
I feel like it's because they also don't have anything they can just do with him right now, because he can't go against Paige because you want to give Paige a chance to be the champion. I feel like if he could have went against somebody like Joe and it actually used with him pushing him and NXT type shit,
Mhm.
instead of just having that moment when he was going down the ring as the ROH champion or whatever. I feel like if they dived into that, they probably have a thing with that. But that's besides the point. We diving too deep into it. We'll come back to that. Put a pin on that. Let's go back into this pay-per-view. And again, let's just say Ethan Page, Wagner, great match. It was a solid 2 matches so far in the pay-per-view. I will say that much. And then I think we go into the Zara versus Blake Monroe.
Blake Monroe, correct.
How
did you feel about it?
It was a match. It wasn't bad. It was a match. It was a match where I was really rooting for Zara to win. Because I was like, it would be really dope if they could keep that going of her like defending the title on behalf of her friend, and then have this moment of her losing the belt. I feel like that would have been better, but then to do this now, the way it happens, it feels like you're now trying to break the team up, because the way she lost it was so stupid. It's like, okay, she fell. Are you okay? Are you? And you get DDT'd. And I'm like, really? That's how you're doing this? And then afterwards, you could see it on her teammate's face of like, bitch, why the fuck did you just go back in the ring and finish it? I don't give a fuck about my leg right now. Finish that shit.
Yeah, that was... But they've also been like slowly hinting at this team breaking up for the fucking longest.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This has been ongoing.
Okay. Well, that makes more sense now.
And so it's like... But... And it's like it's funny because like it's been ongoing. Different people have come and gone and been like, y'all aren't going to last. And then it's like, no, we're fine type situation. And then, like there was a brief moment where it felt like Zara was going to turn her back on what's her name, all the way back when she first got the title kind of thing. Everyone's all like, oh, well, Zara wants that belt. But like Zara's like, no, I'm going to support my friend with it. And so, but it's like in the more recent times, like Zara has become like this like overprotective friend of her now, and that's been like costing them these matches and everything. Like something happens to Soul, and now she's all like, "Soul, are you okay? Oh my god, yeah, the type situation." And so I feel as if they're kind of leaning on that to become the undoing, and
so you feel
Soul
like
is gonna. It's like
you feel like she's gonna turn heel. Soul's gonna turn heel. Like, yo, bro, stop worried about me, bitch.
That would be crazy if Soul turns heel. But I think more so the fact that it's like at first everyone thought Zarya was going to turn on Sol Ruka.
It would make more sense.
But now people are I think with the way that they kind of building it, it's going to look more like Sol is going to drop Sol Ruka, or is going to drop Zarya type thing.
Yeah.
And so cause now Zarya, she's become like, she's almost like in this weird space of like almost like obsessed with Soul and making sure she's okay.
Unless they do that Mickey James Trish Stratus angle.
Hopefully not, but
I mean, you can get away with it,
but don't. Just don't do that. Just, I mean, what they got right now is fine.
Kill him with a smile.
Like, I do think Soul's gonna be is probably gonna hit up Zara and be like, hey, listen, I don't think this is working anymore. I think we need to split up our separate ways, and that's gonna break Zarya, and Zarya is probably going to then snap and then go full animalistic, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you type ish, and it's gonna be a bad breakup.
The thing about characters like Zara, unfortunately, because we just mentioned the Road Warriors and the Ascension, she falls into that category. I mean, even fucking Valhalla fell into that category of a character that is like, okay, you're supposed to be this big ass brute, you're supposed to be from the wastelands and shit like that. I don't think WWE knows how to use characters with,
it's crazy because I agree. WWE, the land of the giants, have seemingly forgot how to push giants.
They really have. And you think about the main roster right now, there's no major giant. I mean, Damian Priest is not a giant, but
he
that's the closest thing.
He wrestles in a he wrestles like a big man should.
Mm-hmm.
And
wow, there is no Giants.
Yeah, big men are extinct.
And the funny thing is, they were trying to bring back Braun Strowman, and Braun was like, "No, I have my cooking show now. I think I'm good."
Did you see what they did to him?
Yeah,
on his way out?
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to come back either.
Yeah,
They forgot how to push Giants.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy. You ain't no Giants right now.
The land, WWE, the land of the Giants, is now a place where Giants are extinct.
They're dinosaurs now.
I mean, I guess you could say that. And now instead we have, nothing against smaller guys, but like smaller guys are up right now.
And that's crazy because like as much as Vince did not like smaller guys and then Triple H is enjoying them, like you don't have a monster who can come in and just do crazy shit and it makes sense. Everything is story driven over there in WWE right now. You don't have a giant who can come in and just do Bronson Reed. Oh, I'm so sorry, bro. That is a giant.
Kind of. He's not a giant. He is a monster.
Okay, but he could do giant shit though. The tsunami has, okay, you know how we've been talking about finishers don't have weight anymore? The tsunami is the only finisher currently that if you hit it, you are supposed to be done. Like, you might be out for like a couple of weeks. If you get 3 of them done to you, a month.
Yeah. Tsunami is, thank God, a protected finisher right now. But like, so Bronson Reed, he is a monster. And even as a monster though, he is a monster with giant tendencies, but he's not a giant per se.
Okay.
And it's like, though it's like he has giant tendencies and he moves as if how giants would move. He does not fulfill that giant role because he's not 6'4" plus.
Okay, that's why I was getting ready. I was feeling like maybe an episode would be interesting to have an episode of what's the difference between giants and monsters. I'm putting a pin on that. I'm gonna try to find some stuff to go in for that. But
that actually we should actually talk about something. These different categories of wrestlers.
Yeah, let's
because
do that.
It's one of those things where, because it's like Bronson Reed, monster.
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman, he is a giant.
Who's also sometimes been a monster.
He used to be a monster among men. But like,
you know what? You got a point.
But it's what now when it comes to like, because like monsters, and then we have giant monsters, and Braun Strowman used to be a giant monster. Kane fits into that giant monster category. Undertaker fits into that giant monster category. Big Show could be a monster, but he was mostly a giant.
He was a giant monster when he first came in and he did the whole stuff with Stone Cold. That was a scary situation, but he was also a giant. Later on in the years, you can humanize them and made him just a giant.
Yeah. And so Omos, he's a giant type thing. And we'll get into it more, but I feel like when you're a monster, like it's like when you look at that monster and monster giant category, whenever you're a monster, you're always more monster than what the other category is because monsters just move differently regardless of their size.
Yeah.
And a good example of that is Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu is probably
the same. He's a monster, yeah.
He's about the same height as I am. However, he is absolutely categorized as a monster.
I'm looking forward to doing that. Yeah, that's probably going to be the next motherfucking episode we going to do. At least maybe record of some sort. But to get back into this pay-per-view, I think the next one was it a tag match?
So yeah, after Blake took the title that we all knew she was going to take.
I didn't want that to happen.
I didn't either, but here we are. We got Tatum Paxley versus Jacy. Now, I will say this match surprised me because I thought this match was going to be garbage.
I did too, and there were points where I was just like, and then they start picking up at it, and I was like, okay, wait, I'm up now. I'm up now. Shit, there's some wrestling on this bitch. And I'll admit, I didn't know what's the name's finisher, the graveyard, the flip. That shit was dope. I'm so glad we actually have finishers that are unique. Everybody's doing a cutter, attack, or something like that. This is a finisher. While in hindsight, it probably isn't that dangerous. Like, it wouldn't probably knock somebody out. It's literally just the equivalent of a Russian leg sweep. But the way it's maneuvered, it's like, I like that. I like that finish.
Yes, cool finishing maneuvers actually still get over and they're kind of great.
Yes, they do.
Finishers with great impacts are fucking amazing. And I love to see more of those, because when we get to it, that is going to be one of my biggest gripes that I'm going to bring up later. But like this match, I think what did it for me with this match was the fact that when Fatal Influence got involved outside of the ring, freaking Tatum's little group that she's with,
the Calling?
The Calling.
Yep.
They got involved. And when they were all like, and it's funny because like the Calling it's two guys and a girl, while the others are just two girls, and they all still got fully involved and started scrapping with each other. And I was like, this is blissful chaos. I like this.
Yeah, like when they came back to the ring, and also the girls jump. I'm like, it's like, normally this would not happen in WWE, but this is jumping on the back, trying to, that's not in the territory of intergender situations. But to have that belt situation where she had the belt, what's her name had the belt? She was getting ready to swing it on her, and she hit her with that mean rolling elbow, bro.
Bro, that finish was something else.
It was smart.
And it did do the thing where I'm like, well, shit. Now I gotta make sure I watch NXT.
It plants the seed, because you could see the situation between her and her partner, and you thought in that moment, like, well, she about to do it right now? Oh no! Oh, he's planting the seed. Okay, we still planting, and I feel a little bit of Hunter in that program, because I mean Sean does do stuff like that too, but I feel Hunter loves long, built out stories, and I feel like that was in this segment. Because they're definitely using that in the package.
I mean,
definitely using that.
I would say maybe Hunter-esque, but like that is all HBK over there, right?
Oh yeah,
HBK and our boy, but
that too.
But nah, that one was.
It was a slow burn.
It was a slow burn, but it turned out to be probably one of the better matches of the night.
Still not the match of the night. Match of the night, to me, even though they have fumbles, was the first match.
You think so?
Even though if the fumbles,
I mean, I agree.
Think about it. If the fumbles did not happen,
if the fumbles did happen,
that would have been match of the fucking night.
It would have been great.
And so that's why I give it to him, because I see the vision. The execution wasn't there, but I see it.
Yeah, and honestly, it was fine.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It was fine. Now,
because the next match didn't make no goddamn sense.
The broken Hardys versus Dark State.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Speak
it does. I won't say that doesn't. I won't say that doesn't make any sense. Although it does hurt me that they put the Hardy Boys through all of that just for them to lose. Like,
bruh.
Yeah. As soon as he did that swanton, number one, that swanton through the tables,
that was gnarly.
Brick wall, bro. Fuck stiff,
bro.
Bro, concrete pavement, bro.
Jeff, how are you still taking these bumps at this age, man?
Like,
what is
bro,
why are you consenting to these
it's
bumps?
Like, you know how when people sometimes go through the table, there's this hint of grace.
Yeah,
like, you just like, oh, boom, through a table. Nah, boom.
Like, bro, And you could tell he was preparing his body for it too, because he was like, okay, I'm not going to actually jump. I'm just really just gonna roll.
Like usually when you go through a table, it's like you go through the table and then you hit the ground. Jeff Hardy
just
somehow
hit the ground.
Still just hit the fucking
hit the ground, bro. Like the table gave no.
There was like the table had nothing to do with anything,
bro.
It was like
oh, it was like damn. All right, and we know they not winning. Like that was the moment you knew these niggas is not winning.
Bro, my heart sunk when that happened. I look like Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy was like, what the fuck?
Matt Hardy, me.
Oh man, but before we skip too far into it, I want to talk about how the fuck are the Hardys washing Darkseid or Darkstate? How the fuck are they washing them?
You sent me that text.
I was like, bro, why the fuck are the Hardys washing?
Because I was watching, but I was also like, what? I think I was playing Pokemon at the time, but so I didn't see your message until like at the very end, and I'm like, I agree, because boy oh boy, like Dark State won, but they at what cost?
Yeah, because I was like, you're making the faction look stupid. They're supposed to be like Shield 3.0 because they tried with another one. So how are you gonna make it? Okay, 2-on-4. The Hardys are getting some kind of momentum in this match because they kept saying, "Hey, these two guys can also interfere in this match. There's no rules." This should have been a complete squash then. Unless I was like thinking maybe what if the Dudley Boys maybe or something like that? I don't know.
Just jump session.
Yeah, like literally should have been just jump session. And while the Dudleys did retire, I was thinking, what if they just came in there and did 3D? Which also they did a 3D in the match, and I was like, ooh, that was disrespectful, nigga. What is you doing? You paying homage my ass. But Sugar Man, when I first saw that promo they were cutting, he coming up, doing this, I felt Arman Johnson in Warzone. You can't tell me he didn't look like Arman Johnson a couple of times, my nigga.
I see where you're coming from. Listen, Sugar Man is a whole mess.
He doesn't to me he throws off the blend of the team, because it's like, wow, yes, some of them kind of have that lawless, outlaw kind of vibe or whatever, like Shield or whatever. But he comes in, you see the tag team. And I'm like, bro, you doing too much. You're doing too much.
That's funny. Because I'm on the exact opposite.
You feel like he's doing just good?
I feel listen, he's the reason why Dark State fucking cares.
Okay.
In my mind.
Maybe it's just because I saw that one promo of them. Because before I just only seen the carnage.
So it's one of those things where if you look at, like, if you go back and look at the other Dark State stuff, because I know you don't watch NXT super hardcore.
Nah.
But it's like, if you look at other Dark State promos, Sugar Man is the only one in that group that has any kind of charisma and any kind of like presence about him.
I mean, I can agree on that. It's just when I see everybody else and then just him. And it's like,
now, granted,
you kind of stand
because he is the only one that's like that. Yes, he does stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
But it's like when I think about Dark State and where they're at, because, they have like this kind of gangster-esque vibe about them, kind of thing. And, like he, on certain levels, especially like when they come out there and they start jumping people, like, he always has this essence of dog in him when he does things and the way he carries himself. And so that's why it's with that, like, whenever Dark State be talking, he is the main front runner. He's the mouthpiece. And so I think he's good in that aspect. Hell, I know whenever he finally breaks off and starts doing his own thing, I think he's good. He will be good.
I just hope he doesn't get the JTG route.
That being?
Well, he's not stereotyping a lot, but you can kind of see a little bit of it. He does remind me of Kenny King. I don't know if you remember him.
From where?
TNA. He was in the Beatdown Clan. He also did some stuff in ROH. That's how I really knew about him as ROH. But he was in TNA when I used to work at Universal.
I think I know who you're talking.
He
If
used
I
to,
saw him,
he used to walk down. He used to do that bounce when when he went out to the ring,
Okay.
and he be doing that shit. Like,
I vaguely remember him right now.
He reminds me of Kenny, but Kenny, while he brought his swagger and charisma to it, I think just like certain elements that the way Sugar Man, which I hope that's not his name. I hope that's not his name. That's his name?
I do. That's not that he does go by that. Yeah.
All right. That it just feels very 80s, kind of like, but not in a bad way. Just Sugar Man just kind of feels like an 80s wrestler name. But anyway, it kind of made me think of him. But I feel like the stereotyping comes from the do-rag wearing and all that kind of shit.
There's a promo I saw of him that he actually did at the Magic Mall, bro. Where he's talking about something. He's walking around the Magic Mall talking about stuff and everything. And I'm like, I don't know if he's from Florida.
He definitely does act like it.
But boy, oh boy, he might as well be.
Like literally.
He really do got that Florida man presence about him.
That Miami vibe almost, or maybe Duval, maybe.
No, Central Florida.
Central, okay.
He is an Orlando.
He one of us.
He's an Orlando kid.
He one of us. You gotta find it out. Find out Sugar Man who it is. But regardless, I felt like this match should not have went the way it is, and I think I see what they wanted to do. Is like, okay, we have to explain the fact that, yes, all four of these members can jump us. And there were moments where it's like, why are they standing outside the ring? You could just jump them. Jump them. That's your team jump. So then when they got him out of the match with the table spot, I was like, okay, that was your way of putting them to the side of the match, right? And then the rest of the match happens. Osiris, which, Osiris, and I can't remember the guy's name. But, they did their matchup. They did everything up. And then you get the fucking spot where Jeff just throws his body. For what cost? I don't know. Maybe he just gets off of this shit a little bit. He's like, I just want to flip, bro, and I just want to land on the floor. Can I do that, y'all? And they're probably like, bro, you okay? Like, yeah, that's my thing. I like doing it.
Bro, them tables did not break shit, bro.
They didn't do anything.
He went like...
And didn't he get the finish done on him too? The device?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Like, him going through those tables. I can't think of another time where I watched somebody go through a table and it feel like they didn't go through an actual table. Because like I said, usually when someone goes through, it's like, boo, it almost like there's like a slight pause
like that
when you go through a table and then you hit the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like it actually feels like they went through the table. It almost, with the way that he flipped and he landed, it's like he phased through the table or something. And he just hit straight concrete on the ground, bro. He hit straight concrete on the ground. And I was just like, damn, Jeff. Someone check him, please, brother Nero.
And then the fact that he gets thrown back in the ring and gets...
Bro, when I saw...
you saw how he thrown in the ring?
I saw him get thrown in the ring off the side. I'm like, please, leave brother Nero alone. He's done. He's not getting up.
I ain't gonna lie, I felt that way too. I was like, bro, y'all bringing him back in the match?
Just like, when you're looking, he's just like, off to the side of the ring, you see Jeff Hardy's body get like rolled in. I'm like, no! Wow, he's done. He's done. Leave him alone.
He's supposed to be out in the match now, bro. He took his powder, bro. He took the powder, bro.
He's done. Just no more, please.
Oh my god,
fucking savages. Like,
I mean, it does make him look ruthless though, but like, damn.
Yeah, because what the fuck he gonna do?
He's a body.
He just went through the table like he got hit with like times 10 gravity. Boom, like look. Like
Oh my God.
Jeff Hardy jumped off that ladder and his mass increased like by 10. He just became like 10 times more dense. And he just, boom.
Maybe he had a moment where he was like, I don't know if I'm ready, and then it's like gravity's like, no, I got you, bro.
Fucking that gravity spike, bro. God damn, he hit that girl so hard.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, that match. You know, a part of me wanted the Hardys to win, but a part of me was like, yeah, no, Dark, they have to win.
Yeah,
they have to win. If they don't win, they look stupid.
I agree. Like, I kind of feel like they almost they kind of worked themselves into a trap with this match.
They really
like,
did.
You break the Hardys, and then Dark State goes up against the now broken Hardys, and now it's like, well, are the Hardys going to win because now they're broken? And so
that's what I thought.
And so at this point now I just have to see what happens next. But I feel like what's going to happen now is that the Hardys are going to, like, now that they've taken something from the Hardys, I think the Hardys are going to break them.
No, but it's the thing, man. I felt like it was going to be a cinematic match because that's the only way that would have made sense for them to lose. Cinematic match bullshit.
I know. So, though I slightly agree, I do think that now that this has happened, Dark State has now put a target on their backs, and now the Hardys are going to come for Dark State because Dark State broke them. They managed to beat the Hardys at their game, but now the Hardys is going to beat them at their game.
But here's the thing, though: in any situation, does it benefit Dark State at all if they lose in a cinematic match? Do you believe? Because you want them to be strong.
I think. Now, as far as that goes, I will agree that if they want us to believe in the Dark State has to come out of this on top at the end. And because of the fact of being the Hardy Boys, I don't think the Hardys,
it won't hurt them.
It doesn't hurt the Hardys. Plus, they are TNA Tag Team Champs, so they're going to be doing their shit in TNA as well. But it's like, I don't think it hurts the Hardys. If anything, I think it can bring up Dark State. It's just you gotta tread lightly when you're with what they're trying to do right now. Because I know they're trying to use the Hardy Boys to boost them up, but you gotta go easy with it, because if you boost it too hard, then no one believes you.
Yeah,
and then Dark State is just gonna, and we're just gonna have sugar.
Because at the end of it, like, what other team could they go against? Like, you got to make it, if you're trying to make Nexus or Shield or whatever. You have to make it to where at the end of the day, whenever that music hits, it's oh shit.
So as far
like how it was at TNA, because when we saw that, it was like, oh shit.
So when it comes to the way that Dark State is, which I feel is like one of those weird things that WWE was never able to really figure out how to properly run, and that is how to run factions and keep them strong and make them still seem important. AEW, as much shit as we give them, oddly enough, even it's like, though they're not doing it good, they're doing it enough where they have these different groups of people. And though some of the story is ass, to a small degree, it kind of makes sense, and they're able to keep people like the Don Callis family and the conglomerate and the Death Rider. Like, they've figured out a way to make it where they can have these groups and they exist, but like. And they not fizzle out and die.
Yeah, because like Death Riders, like I said, after when they lost the title, it was like, you should be gone. Why are you still here?
They really should be.
Yeah. So,
but, and maybe the fact of them continuously still being there, and even though we talk a lot of shit about it, maybe that's just the key to it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I just feel like it's because they still a squad of like, yo, we here to fuck shit up, no matter what. Speaking of, I don't want to say this fucked it up, but. Kind of.
No, I'm with you.
You feel like this match, or you talking about next match?
So, because this is the last match.
No. You got Ricky.
Did I miss one?
You told you Ricky, the Ricky match.
Yeah, that's the.
Oh, okay. You talking about that match fucked up?
No. Yeah. So here's my problem with Ricky Starks right now. I don't believe him.
You know, and here's the issue too with Ricky. Like, you know, and I can't really say nothing because I don't have the best physique anymore in the world. But to beat Oba, you ain't got much body.
I don't believe
and you
that
telling
either.
me a tornado DDT took him out? Like and you don't even have a name for it. It's just tornado DDT.
And that was the thing I was saying I was going to come back to.
Believable finishers.
A believable finisher. A tornado DDT, bro.
It's basically a stratisfaction.
What is this?
Yeah.
A tornado DDT. I don't get it. I don't feel that does not feel like or maybe I'm just poisoned and but then it's like there are cooler and more impactful DDTs that exist.
I mean, even Blake Monroe's fucking glamour DDT looked like it was believable.
Like, we love Jake the Snake, and his DDT, as basic as it was, the way he dropped it, it felt like it was still a finisher.
Mm-hmm.
There are ways where we can make a DDT look as the most devastating thing you've ever seen. But this tornado DDT ain't it, bro. It is not.
It does look like a transitional move. It does.
Like, when he tornado DDT... Like,
matter of fact, the move before he did the DDT was better than the DDT. I forgot what he did. He did something to set it up, and then he did the DDT. So honestly, the move he did before that was more devastating to me.
I don't know, bro. Like, the match was okay. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
Besides Booker T's glazing,
bro, Booker T just
yeah, motherfucker. Like he did that. He did that. Trick's coming out to the ring. Oh yeah, and like your broadcast partner is trying to talk to you.
He's like, Booker, yeah, man. Oh yeah, but wait, Booker, that's Trick. I'm like, oh my god, bro, he had me in tears, dog.
Bro, and then
he had me in tears.
And then the bookend, where he did the bookend, which was legit. Oh, he did the bookend. So he was like, yeah, he did a Uranagi, and then the Raw Bomb. No, it was the bookend. He went on the knee. It was the bookend. I was like,
that part too.
I'm like, bro, I mean, I get it protects your finish or your signature move, but like the glazing, like,
bro, all the way down to the very end, when Ricky Chase got the W,
bro, that man took his headset off, bro. My god, I thought Booker was about to get in the ring. We said, oh, Booker took his headset off. I was like, is he about to get in the ring? Is he about
Booker T was that hot, but gone with Booker though. Like,
I mean, but you knew Trick wasn't winning that shit.
Oh, of course I knew he wasn't going to win. But after that tornado DDT, I wish he would have. Trick Williams selling that tornado DDT took him out is absolute blasphemy, bro.
I mean, Uba had to do it. And apparently it's that devastating. We haven't seen Uba since. And I think Uba's like, man,
because he's embarrassed. If I got taken out by that pussy ass tornado DDT, I wouldn't want to show my face either. How you got that big long ass run and you let this man freak? And he did it 3 times. He twinkle toes DDT'd
I only saw him
three
do it
times.
one time. I only saw him do it once.
No, he did it to Obafemi 3 times to beat him.
Well, I mean, it's basically the equivalent of
honestly,
Cody's crossroads.
I can understand why Obafemi didn't get up. He was fucking dizzy.
You know, it's funny. He said something about a circus too. I think no, that was MLW. Never mind. But I mean, I like Ricky Saint's taunt. I like that shit. And he doesn't do it with the belt. Like he did it one time with the belt. And I'm like, bro, you doing this? Do it with the belt in your hand. Like, why don't you do it?
Yeah, I saw him only. He's done it a couple times.
Maybe I didn't see it.
He'll
But then
hold
also
up
he
and-
likes to do things to the beat, which I like too. He's like,
Yeah,
The crowd's even doing it.
it's all right.
But yeah, no, that match was
no.
Like
that. Like I didn't believe it when he beat Oba. Looking at, I didn't watch the match when it happened, but like when I watched it back a little bit of it, because I didn't like watch it, but when I watched
the finish. That's it.
So when I watched some of it back, I'm like, I don't believe this. Y'all did not sell me on Ricky Starks actually beating Oba Femi. Oba Femi gave up that title to Ricky Starks. That's what happened. And then with this match, like Trick looked great, but like
the table spot in the beginning was funny. Like he just kept starting the match off. Like, I'm gonna put you through this table. Then Ricky ran in the ring. He's like,
nah,
I'm gonna put you through this table.
Listen, Booker T is like, he's running. Look at him. He's scared. And he was like, what do you mean? But he doesn't want to go through the table. Listen, bro. Somebody get Uncle Booker.
Yeah, and especially with the Zara match, he was like, bro, you should defend the title. She's injured. What do you mean? You gonna defend the title while you're injured? Okay. All right, Booker.
Booker T was on one, bro.
He was. Get him off the booth. I need him. I don't need him on there for a while.
Overall, it was a solid pick.
3.5.
Agreed.
3.5.
It wasn't anything crazy.
The Hardy spot really kind of like Jeff. Like, I didn't know where that match was gonna go, but I mean, the right outcome happened. It was how we got there.
Yeah, I know. NXT, they stay putting on solid paper. Nah, hold on. I ain't gonna lie though. What was it? I think it was either the last pay-per-view or the pay-per-view before that. Like they did have one kind of like stinker of a pay-per-view that was all like, all right, you got. Funny enough, it was a pay-per-view when they was doing that aggressive booking, trying to book on top of a AEW pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And it was like the NXT show was like, that was not that great.
Here's my thing with also Ricky Starks too. You know, anybody that's getting the NXT championship is somebody that I should expect in the future to be the next up in the main roster. Like, at some point when they get to the main roster, I feel like Ricky could be a good Intercontinental champion. That
is all I see.
He is never going to be a heavyweight champion in my eyes. I don't ever see it.
Hey, maybe a couple years from now,
he might.
Ricky Starks can pull up this episode and be all like, "Well, I showed those niggas." Like,
yeah, I showed them two motherfuckers. But like, he would be a great Intercontinental champion. I feel like he'd be like the Rock Intercontinental champion back in the day, like when he was just getting the belt. Like that's what I feel, because he keeps getting called, you know, a Dollar General Rock, and I mean, he kind of do.
Rough.
He kind of like if he played what's that show The Rock had Young Rock or whatever it is.
Oh God,
I feel like Ricky could have played this character.
That's rude.
I feel like Ricky could have played this character.
That's foul.
Because he's very Dollar General Rock.
Listen, Ricky needs to find who Ricky is. He needs to figure that out. Once he gets that down pat, then I think, because like visibly, it's hard for me to see him as like a heavyweight champion or
with him and
or
Big
a WWE champion.
With him and Big Red and AEW, that shit was believable. Like him and having that tag team with Cass, basically, that was a believable tag team.
Which I remember that bit.
That was a believable tag team.
And I think like maybe he will eventually be able to circle back around and get back to being that version of himself, because that version was good.
I think the only reason why that version was successful is because you had a big guy behind you. And I feel like Ricky starts by himself. He needs a Trick Williams, like how Carmelo Hayes had Trick Williams. Okay. He needs a bigger guy to be like, yo, handle this shit, and in that way I could be a believable heel.
Now that I agree. I think he actually like Not like, well, I mean, just using Trick Williams as like that
Yeah, the
example,
example, yeah.
like having someone like Trick Williams behind him, like a bigger, thicker dude that has his back kind of thing. At that point,
It becomes believable.
I could see him and it be believable, but he's got to do something about that fucking finish. I am not. I do
well,
not.
No. Well, no. If you got the big dude to like choke slam him and he does the finish, like, you know what I'm saying, like doing something
that is absolutely fucking stupid and laughable. I need him to do a real finish. Goddamn it! Sure, he can have. Unless we're just trying to make him look pussy in that aspect. Holy comes in there, he chokeslam, he's all like, fucking tornado DDT. Like, get that dumb shit out of my face.
So what I'm saying is Ricky Starks by himself, Ricky Saints, by himself, does not seem believable with that finish. But if he had a big Red or big whoever in the situation,
yes, he needs to be put on the Shawn Michaels, the 90s,
Diesel program.
Yeah, he needs to apply for the Diesel program, get himself his Diesel, and then maybe at that point I can see Ricky Starks holding a big gold. Okay, otherwise he is going to be stuck in mid-cardia for the rest of his life once he goes up to the upper end.
Mid-cardia is crazy.
Yes, that's the land of the mid-carders.
Could you see a Bronson Reed behind him though?
Not big enough. Not big enough.
He's got to be giant.
He's got. He doesn't even have to be super tall, because I don't know how tall Ricky Starks is. But I need this person to be big enough to have that appeal that Ricky Starks can jump into this person's hands and he needs to have someone bigger. Like if Ricky Starks is like 5'10", like he needs like someone who's like 6'4".
Okay. I think he's shorter than that though, but because Trick is like 6'2", I think.
Yeah, it's Trick taller than me.
Yeah, Trick is taller. Either way,
but he needs someone who is noticeably taller than him.
Solid pay-per-view. Okay. Had a couple of flops, but solid pay-per-view.
Solid.
Let's talk about this AEW shit before we close this shit off. All right, man. Fuck. I don't know if you got this card up. I don't even care if you got this card up. What the fuck was this pay-per-view? What was WrestleDream?
So to bring back and remind y'all, once we get into this real fast, when the pay-per-view originally happened, we did try to record. But the audio ended up looking bad. It was going to be a no video episode as well. And, there was a lot that was said, and it was a lot of venting.
We gonna speed run that shit.
As a matter of fact, it mostly, let me put it this way. He had everything to say so that I actually did not really have to say much.
Yeah, like, so he didn't say shit almost. Basically.
Honestly. But since you, because let it be known, I'm 1,000% with him on everything with this.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Go ahead and give him that spit.
First match, okay, was Death Riders versus the Conglomerate. For some reason, Death Riders beat Roderick Strong. I'm pissed off because Orange should be doing so much better. Why did you not put the heavyweight title on Orange? I would have believed it. Even though Orange is smaller than fucking Ricky Saints, Orange as a heavyweight champion is more believable. Way more believable. And I think you know the reason why it's more believable? Because he had the Continental title and he had a run of a century. There is a video literally showcasing every match and just like, it was like a 276-day reign or some shit like that. It was amazing. Every match was flawless, okay? That pissed me off. We're not going to talk about Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston and Hook makes no fucking sense. Like, why would you put those two together? Okay.
Now, I will interject. I don't fuck with Eddie Kingston. However, for some reason, the AEW crowd does. I think they've done Eddie Kingston, did me the pleasure, but I think they've done Eddie Kingston an absolute, like, deplorable dishonor of not putting him in the main event. Though I don't like him and I don't like the way he wrestles in his style, when he left, he was in the main event.
Yeah, he was.
There is actually unfinished business for him in the main event.
Yeah.
Because the Death Riders were the ones that killed him.
Yeah, basically.
So when he came back, he should have came back to pick up where Darby Allin
Is at.
left off. And is at. But fuck it, right?
Yeah, going against the Frat House. Why? Okay. 3-minute match, by the way. Then you have Harley and Willow Nightingale going against the Top Gods. I didn't know that was their name.
That's because they're rocking with FTR. That's that whole thing. They were like top guys, and Megan Bay was like, no,
top goddess.
Gods.
Why? I'm like,
Top gods.
So Megan Bain and Penelope Ford, which came out as Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, which when Swag told me about it, I was like, bro, you didn't watch that? Oh, and then it was like, oh, that was the 0 hour. Yeah, that's why you didn't watch it. Makes sense. So then we go into what, by the way, Willow Nightingale and them won. To me, that didn't make any sense. Megan Bain, y'all missed the opportunity of Megan Bain being the giant that she is.
Goddamn.
That she's such a believable fucking person.
Don't get me started on that shit.
And you guys ruined it. Like, okay, the Tony Storm win with the roll up pin. Okay, cool. We can let that slide because we weren't ready to put the belt on her yet.
But they still made her look strong because they made her look strong to a certain degree because Tony Storm was getting her tail beat and then she just got a sneak up on her.
Yeah, like that was believable.
But then they decided, like, all right, that happens, and we're going to send Tony Storm over here, and we're going to send Megan Bain all the way over there.
Yeah, like, let's just put her in this bad situation constantly. So, Penelope Ford is her partner or whatever. She should have had... Honestly, Chris Statlander shouldn't be champion. It should be Bane. I would have preferred to be Bane right now. Why is it not her? And that is a hold on. That is a complete shake. Oh, you got food in your hand. That is a complete shake, I believe, on both ends, that woman should be champion right now. I don't know what the fuck is up. We're going to get that shake later on. Oh, no. All right. So next matchup was the match that really solidified the show, which was FTR versus, Jet Speed, where that match went on so long that it was the intro to the fucking show where the pyro was going off, and it was kind of cool for a second because it was like, yeah, this is a fucking car crash. Why not? Because the match was a car crash, and the finish was stupid. The finish was fucking Speedball picking up Cash, doing a suplex, and then falling over, and then getting his feet held down by Stokely. Why are you doing that to FTR? FTR is a team, one of the best teams in AEW. Why would you give Jet Speed that ability to saying, well, you almost won, but we got an upper hand on you because of our manager? You don't need the manager. You're supposed to be one of the best tag teams. Why would you need the manager to help you in the finish?
Fun fact, they didn't revisit that shit.
No. Not at all.
Unanswered to this day.
Unanswered. Jamie Hayter versus Tekla. That match was solid because of Tekla. Jamie Hayter, I don't know what was going on that chemistry in that match. I don't also believe you at all as a competitor. I mean, like, you do good work. You do good work. But this match, Tekla was just the person that shined. I'm sorry. She just shined all over.
Tekla should have went over.
It should have went over.
But instead, she loses to a haterade. And if I'm not, it was not this match. But like, I going back to the whole finishers with impacts, it's like we see all of these things. I literally watched Jamie Hayter hit a tombstone. The person kicked out, and she picked them up and immediately hit them with a discus lariat, which is pretty much what the haterade is. It's just it's a clothesline.
Mm-hmm.
Kick out from a tombstone. Don't get up after a clothesline. But hey, fuck me, right?
Yeah. And then also, it puts this to the simple fact that Jamie Hayter is beating everybody in the circle. Is it Circle of Death or what was it?
Jesus Christ! Triangle of Madness.
Side Triangle of Madness. Sorry, I remembered the name because I was thinking of Triangulo Mi Abuete, which is Death Triangle, and I was like, that's basically the female version of Death Triangle. All right, cool. So She's beaten every person in that team. So to me, I was like, okay, so why would you do that only to then do blood and guts? So if you're gonna do blood and guts, the team has to win, because if Jamie Hayter fucking wins, then that's stupid. What are we doing?
But yeah, no. Leading up to this match, Jamie Hayter has literally pinned
All three
of them. So why do we need a blood and guts?
To make the team look strong, which that to me still is stupid. So you're basically telling, as a unit you are strong, but individually you cannot beat one person.
One person.
Stupid. Then you got Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks for $500,000. Yeah, this match was a spectacle, a spot fest, and while I do not understand this Young Bucks storyline, like, you're the Young Bucks, you don't have money, so you're broke bucks, whatever. Can you stop it already? It's not fun. It's not fun. There is nothing about this storyline to me that is fun. You got these entrances. Like, we know you're EVPs. We know you are.
The storyline in itself is all over the place, because it's like, when you think, because they've never properly, like, explained the reason why Jack Perry doesn't like the Young Bucks anymore, because the Young Bucks and Jack Perry, last time Perry was there, they were friends, and they hated, and they dumped off Kenny Omega, and now it's like Kenny Omega's the only one who remembers any of this, because Kenny was like, no, you tried to end my career, and he's like, yeah, I know I tried to do that, but like, I'm different now. Like, all right, that's sure, you're different now. How though? And so it's like, going into all that, like, Kenny Omega is like now slowly trying to like trust him, and I'm like, how are you going to do that?
The diverticulitis.
The diverticulitis.
The diverticulitis.
That doesn't affect your brain.
Apparently it does, my nigga. Not picking on the actual disease, not at all. It's just because they talk about it so much. You know,
it doesn't affect your brain. It affects your intestines. Anyway. I mean, the match in itself was not bad to watch, but like the reasons why they're watching, and then like how it all ended, because if I remember correctly, like, didn't the Don Callis
family came down there and beat down Jurassic Express, which brought out Omega, which Omega looks at the Bucks saying, yo, aren't you gonna go help? And the Bucks are like, nah. So you're trying to make the Bucks faces again, which I'm like, no.
The way that they're doing it is stupid and very convoluted, and no one understands it.
The Bucks just need to go away for a little bit,
especially considering the fact that the Don Callis family have literally given the Bucks money,
literally. So it's like, I just really feel like the Bucks just need to go away for a little bit. They just need to go away a little bit. Let us miss. It's something about wrestling people don't realize is sometimes a wrestler needs to go away for people to miss you. That's what MJF did. He said, yo, I need to go find myself. And so now we're going to miss him a couple of months. Oh my God, when Swerve comes back, oh, that shit's going to be heat, bro.
Yeah.
He was one of the main reasons why we watched AEW for a while.
We can only pray, at least.
Yes.
They might bring him back and have him do something stupid, like what they did with Eddie Kingston.
That's everything he does. Anyway, Hurt Syndicate versus the Man. There were spots in this where I was just like, this is really weird, because I think they put them through tables, which I'm like, they making the Hurt Syndicate look like bitches a little bit. And
to quickly talk about it though, right? When you look at this feud, when you get to this match, like, why is it happening?
Yeah.
The first time that they come together, Hurt Syndicate wins, beats them, right? Yep. And then the next time they come together, Hurt Syndicate actually loses because MVP gets pinned, right? And then the Demand, right after they got that hot win, they turn around and they lose to Brodito.
Yep.
To then go on to continue to lose to the Hurt Syndicate.
Yep.
To then continue to go on and lose to the Hurt Syndicate again.
Yep.
To bring us to here tonight to lose.
Yep.
But then on AEW after this pay-per-view, the Demand comes out and is all like, nah, we ain't finished, and causes the Hurt Syndicate to lose a match.
Yeah.
So this means they're still feuding. And they're still fighting.
I thought the whole purpose was this, okay, we get the belts off of the Hurt Syndicate to make them the Trios champions. That was okay. Because from what I heard, the backstage politics that they were running was like, yo, we didn't want to lose to these people. We'll lose to these people, but give us the trios titles. Like, I feel like that was the way. Was like, yo, we still want to be looking strong. We still want to look a certain way, but now you're still continuing this dumbass feud. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Unless y'all, I don't know how y'all gonna end it. How do y'all end it? How do you? Unless you're trying to say y'all gonna be enemies forever type shit. Okay, but you got to give us reasons. Like, there got to be some kind of backstage segment or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, because they're not making it. Because it's not like the demands seem threatening.
No, they're not. They're not.
The slightest.
Not in the slightest. It could be Ricochet. Anyway, we have Kyle Fletcher versus Briscoe. Honestly, one of the best matches of the fucking night. That I will give this much. This match was fucking fire. It was 24 minutes of straight gold. I didn't know that match was that goddamn long. 24 minutes.
So like, I think this match, if I'm not mistaken, I think I said this might have been
yeah, we both said it was okay.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to remember because what I thought was the
shit
best.
Sandwich. We talked about it with being a shit sandwich. This was the hey, we're gonna try to make this a pretty shit sandwich.
Oh yeah, this was the bacon.
Yeah, this is the bacon.
That's what we were saying. When it comes to the whole shit sandwich that was a pay-per-view, this was the bacon.
Yeah, and everything normally goes better with bacon. But shit, that's crazy. So then we had Chris Statlander versus Toni Storm, which to me, honestly, this match was just like, hey, Toni Storm was like, I need to be assured that you can hold the belt now. And so, okay, she loses. She hugs her. She rolls off. This was AEW's way of saying, hey, this is Toni Storm passing the torch to Chris Statlander. And then we all know this in wrestling. Unless that person's a transitional champion, you do not want to be the first person that goes against the new champion because you are going to lose. And Toni, we already knew, was not getting that belt back. So we just knew this. Like, the thing about this AEW pay-per-view, in every situation when you look at a match, it was like, well, that person's winning. Well, that person's winning. Yep, that person's winning. That person's winning. And it happened every time.
And I think the worst part about this match was the fact, like, which actually, you saying that whole, the first person you fight is, you don't want to be the first one that fights for a title. And this is a hindsight look now. The reason why they did that, so that she does not look like a transitional champion, in my current predictions, they had Toni Storm fight her so that she can get that first title defense out of the way to quote unquote legitimize her so she can drop the title to Mercedes.
Oh.
Now she doesn't look like a transitional champion because she at least defended it one time, right? So I guess that's their way of not making Chris Statlander look like a complete bitch. However, when you watch the pay-per-view, you watch her get bitched out by the secondary champion, might I add. Mercedes Moné is not the top champion. However, she is being pushed and displayed like she is the top champion.
I'm telling you, Tony Stark is... Oh, not Tony Stark. Tony Khan is getting them feet pics, bro.
Has to be.
Getting them feet pics, man.
Because respectfully, that's all she might have. Because, like, she doesn't have a whole lot going on here.
All right.
She's got a small, relatively...
Hey, man, he might like the petite ones, bro. He might like the petite ones.
You know, I know homies who are the same way.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't, if she ain't 280, she ain't a lady. You know what I'm saying? That's the quiet. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be too something to do something over here.
Too
something to do something, bro.
Do something.
Yes, sir.
If she ain't 280,
she ain't a lady.
She ain't a lady.
You goddamn right.
Lord knows.
Yes, bro.
Well, she's probably about 80, soaking wet. So yeah.
If she's 80, she's a lady. Yeah. Either way,
but not Toni Storm. Jesus Christ.
Moné.
Goddamn, Moné comes out there and orders the women's champion of the world to get out of her ring.
She did do that.
And she obliged.
She did that.
That's crazy.
She did that.
Not only did she oblige, but she went to the back and allowed Mercedes to fight Mina, who I feel so bad for.
That she got a belt just to lose it.
Yeah. Talk about a transitional champion.
Mm-hmm.
And Mercedes gets her 11th belt that particular night to now solidify herself as this Ultimo Monet type situation.
Mm-hmm.
And only after the fact because Chris Statlander come out there and then confront her. Like, but at that point, it's like the damage is done.
Yeah, you already
bitched yourself out to her.
Yeah.
So for you to just go out there and then push her type situation, like, fuck a lick back. But anyway.
Yeah. So, again, that made her an 11-time champion, which after that show, she went to another show to win another belt. So now she's a 12 champion right now, which to me, again, what is your end goal? Because you realize you have to now lose 11 times. Before I said it was 10. Now it's 11.
Actually,
not for 12. 12. It's 12 now. You have to lose 12 times at some point. How do you feel about that, Monet? Is it really all for the Ultimo money? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it for?
Whatever it is, it's
stupid.
It ain't great.
It's stupid.
It's not a great watch.
And this also was the segment where after Mina lost and Toni Storm lost, we've already been aware that they're bringing up AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. This basically is Toni Storm's way of like, well, I'll lose the belt just so I can tag with my friend.
Which is crazy to me. Like, how do you... I guess everyone has to do it sometimes. You can't be a main event star for too long. Sometimes you gotta like go from the main event to the mid undercard and be a tag team.
Which the thing about it is AEW doesn't have a lot of women wrestlers who have Toni Storm's charisma. To me,
no.
Tekla is getting there though. She's getting there.
Tekla should be. They're dropping the ball with Tekla. She should already be at the top.
Yes.
She should have won that four-way. Megan Bayne should have been at the top a long time ago. And currently, where she's at right now, it's going to be very hard to get her back up there again.
Unless she becomes a monster.
Granted, though she herself has not been pinned, she's walking, for all intents and purposes, her tag team partner is a fucking loser. An absolute loser. Every time they have a match, Megan Bayne loses because of her Harley Quinn.
She needs to go ahead and pull up Danny Garcia and be like, yo, I'm going to hang out with winners. But really, they're losers. Anyway, Brodito. This was the match of the night.
Yeah, no.
This was the match of the night.
This was the bacon. This was the bacon.
Yes, I forgot. This was the bacon. The other one would be like
Granted, that
cheese.
One, when I was originally watching, I did say that the Briscoe match was, at that moment, was the best match of the night.
That'd be the cheese.
Until this happened. So if this is the bacon, I have no problem saying that Kyle and Briscoe were the cheese on this shit sandwich.
Yeah. Like that match, man. That Okada could do no wrong normally, and Takeshita is solid already.
I think Takeshita right now is bringing out what Okada truly is.
Yes,
because Okada did the Shinsuke thing where he came to this company. He's like, I'm gonna just chill, bro. I'm gonna just sit here
and
hang out,
cash out,
say my catchphrase, bitch, and make this money.
Oh, I'm sorry, bitch. Like it reminds me of, remember when Natsu did the I got it, bitch.
Yeah.
Bitch.
The 3-6 Mafia, bitch.
Yes, bro. Oh my god. But yeah, match of the night. And then we have Hangman versus Joe Y. That match went way too long, by the way. It's 19 minutes.
Not only did it go way too long, but like it also accomplished
nothing.
The match in itself accomplished nothing. And then at the very now, I'm not going to go into my rant about it, but I am going to just slightly speak on the fact that this whole thing with Samoa Joe, even after they've done this thing with them at the end of the match, to me, I think it was, number one, it was rushed. And because it was rushed, it made Samoa Joe look stupid.
Yeah.
You know, how are you?
You're like a hater.
Samoa Joe looks like the biggest hater and he looks dumb. Because in my mind, because Samoa Joe is better than that. Samoa Joe was out there talking about the fact, like, you know, Samoa Joe literally almost had his neck broke. Let me start there. He literally put his neck on the line so that Hangman could win the title. And then after he wins the title, now he feels like Hangman's not worthy of the belt. He's saying that, like Hangman is a lesser champion. Bro, if he was a lesser champion, why did you almost get your neck broke for this nigga? Like, you put your foot in your mouth on that one, because now you look like you're a stupid one. And then the part that started it off, because that was when he was just talking in the promo. What started it was, so Samoa Joe, you're getting bent out of shape because you didn't get the tag first? And y'all won the match, but you're upset that he got the tag before you could? You're upset because after the match, he accidentally dropped the title when he was trying to give it to you?
Or he brushed it on you or some shit?
No, like literally it was like he grabbed his belly, he's like, all right, here you go, bro. And then he walked away. And Samoa Joe is just slow on the catch. And now, but Samoa Joe took that personally. He's all like, you're not gonna disrespect me. And just like literally the whole universe, we're looking at Samoa Joe, looking at Hangman, then looking back at Samoa Joe. What? The fuck you mean he disrespected you?
Crash out moment of the century.
Why? Anyway.
Crashing out for no reason. And then we get to the match. Man. Jim Cornette said it perfectly.
Oh, you watched that shit?
Hell yeah, nigga. Y'all put it in the chat. Hell yeah, I was going to watch that shit. That man called it what we called it before he even posted it. It was horror, or what would you say?
What was that? Horror corn?
Horror corn, yeah, right, horror corn. And stupid it was, because it was like you got two people who are never gonna say the words "I quit." So how are you going to do this? How are you going to get us to this point of finishing this match where one of them says "I quit"? You're not gonna. You didn't solidify one of them choking the other one out as an "I quit." They had to say the words "I quit." And then you make Moxley, who has taken a spiked freaking 2x4 to the back, tap out to a choke. And it wasn't even the same kind of choke, which they used it early in the match. If you wanted to do a choke, he has to get the whole Hangman situation again.
Which, by the way, I think we got a little lost in the sauce on that, because he didn't actually tap out.
I thought he tapped.
Well, he didn't tap out to being choked. It was, which I'm like, I can understand why because like it got a little stupid after that, but it's like he didn't get choked out. He was put in the sharpshooter.
Oh, you right. Oh no, he put him in the Scorpion Deathlock.
I'm sorry, the Scorpion Deathlock. Let me not disrespect.
The Scorpion Deathlock.
He put him in the Scorpion Deathlock. And it's funny because, like, in my mind, I was like, I remember we was talking about it. And it was like, in our minds, that's probably where it should have ended.
Yes. Because of Scorpion Deathlock, he should just pass out like Austin.
Because when he locked him in that before the Scorpion Deathlock,
we had Sting.
What's his name was so adamant about, like, I'm going to take this flag that I took to Mount Everest, and I'm going to choke you out with it.
He never did it.
No, he did do it.
Oh, okay.
He choked him with the flag, and then after he choked him with the flag, then he put him in a fucking Scorpion Deathlock.
Hey, man, look, I don't care what nobody says. Sting came in there with so much swag, bro. Like, when he came in there, hit the ball, and we hit the bowl backhand. It was like, damn, Sting, that was smooth, bro. Like he just does this. He's like, I haven't been in the ring in a while, but I just do this, bro.
Bro, I think it was comical to me when Sting came out there, because Sting showed up and he had that look of like, I'm too old for this shit.
Why am I here helping you right now?
He literally had that look of like, you know what, Darby, I'm getting way too old to be saving your ass all the goddamn time. I'm gonna need you to handle your shit. Here, take my bat. Like, fuck, bro. Use it. Please. I'm out of here. And he got the fuck out of the ring. He just... And then, of course, goddamn, like, it's just... And then, because now that we've seen what has happened since then, you would think that's going to be it. No, Darby Allin made it very clear on AEW. He comes out there. Now, I will give it to Darby. He was actually kind of, for the first time, He was actually selling this death match like something fucking happened to him. And he comes out there and he's all like, you know, as long as Death Riders are here, we're going to keep having this match and we're going to keep on facing each other. And I'm just like, and you know how the Death Riders respond? Jon Moxley fights Kyle O'Reilly. Cause why the fuck not? And you know
I mean, technically, John didn't really experience that heavy of shit.
Now, which funny you bring that up because I was going to say the fact that usually I would complain about the fact that they're not selling the match, but
he really didn't do shit. Like he had that hang
that's
spot.
Also my other problem with that I Quit match. It's like what the equivalent of watching. We watched Darby get beat up. For how long was they said that match was?
It was like 19 minutes.
Darby got beat up for about like 17 minutes straight. And then Darby finally gets the opening, turns around, hits him with a baseball threat bat like 3 times, and Scorpion Deathlocks, and that's it.
Yep.
And in my mind, I'm like, there was no real payback in all of that. You didn't make Moxley suffer like you made it seem like you were going to do. Like, you did nothing to Moxley. If anything, Moxley was beating your ass so bad that Moxley had to be like, wait, shit, should I actually fucking do this? Like, Moxley literally throughout the match was like, God damn it, Darby. Like, I need you to just fucking give up because, like, I'm running out of ideas. I don't actually want to kill you. And he's in the match. Which the like, Darby, I love you. Why you make me do this?
You know, it's how we didn't talk about the bowl situation because we just want to move past that.
Because it was stupid.
It was bad.
We don't want to talk about that. Everything about that pay-per-view was bad. I don't know how they went from having a really good pay-per-view to having their own WrestlePalooza in this.
The crazy part about it was watching Wrestle Talk the next day talk about it and them saying it was a great pay-per-view, and I was like,
they said it was a great pay-per-view. Interesting.
And so I watch Wrestle Talk, I wouldn't say religiously, but they are normally the thing I watch in the morning when I wake up, because every time I wake up, they have a video ready. So when I woke up and I was like, man, I'm ready to see what they gonna say about it. And then they said it was a fantastic. I was like, I'm not quoting, by the way. But basically they said it was a good pay-per-view. And I was like,
and so
outside of the one, everybody says that I Quit match was dumb. Everybody says that. But like everything else to them was great.
Oh, speaking of that I Quit match. So you know what I actually found out and learned?
What?
So I forget the name of the city that they're in, but that city actually has like a sports law.
Oh yeah, Wrestling Commission. Story brought that up.
Yeah. Okay. So he did. Didn't he? I forgot about that part.
Yep.
I guess I was just so like built in how bad it was.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was like the reason why we didn't see any blood is because they legitimately could not make someone bleed unless they wanted to pay a hefty ass fine.
Yeah.
And so it's all like, interesting.
And that's probably why the I Quit match was ass.
Probably. Well, see, that's the problem though. You say ass. I say why it wasn't worse. I feel if they would have had that I Quit match anywhere else, it would have been.
It would still have been bad.
Instead of horrorcore, it would have been
Snuff film.
Oh, it'll definitely been on the level of Snuff because with the blood and
the blood washing in the water actually would have been sick. I ain't gonna lie. If Darby was busted and he was in that water with the
it would have
that would have been sick. I ain't gonna lie. I'd actually be like, ooh, this kind of gross, but I'm here for it. No.
There's another word though, like what do they call Saw films? They're like
suspense.
No, like the type of like gore.
Oh, gore. Yeah.
It would instead of it being like torture core,
mm-hmm.
It would have been gore. Whatever. I can't think of the name.
Yeah.
But yeah, like people who like watching bloody gore. That's what that match would have been, and I think that would have made it worse
Yeah, for you, yeah. I mean, I do enjoy a death match, but the death match has to make sense. And I feel like if the next day Moxley would have been doing something on Dynamite, I'd be like, all right, man, look, man, I'm turning in my AEW badge. I can't defend y'all no more. I can't defend. I even said that in the video. I said, man, I can't defend them anymore. I can't.
It's pay-per-view was bad. It wasn't good. I think, and the reason why I think they might have said it was a good pay-per-view, and I think that's the difference.
Was good wrestling.
And that's why. Yeah. I think they're looking at it from a wrestling standpoint, as opposed to when we look at these pay-per-views, we're kind of looking at everything.
What is the point?
We're looking at the reason why the match is happening. We're looking at the match itself. We're looking at the story.
What does it do for the next match?
And then like, what is it going to do to like progress anything? And if you're scoring AEW on a card like that, it's like, match quality, A. Story, C-, sometimes a D. You know, it's like in all these other little categories, they're scoring less, which for all intents and purposes makes it, as far as this pay-per-view, a failing product.
For us, you know, everybody enjoys their wrestling content in their own way. For us, we've been watching wrestling so long, which you also have to, and I think I'm bringing us up for Wrestle Talk. Some of them are casual wrestling fans who are the wrestling fans who watched it back in the day, but they're kind of more casual now.
Yeah.
And where we are just like, we've been watching wrestling so long that there is so much psychology behind what we have seen and what makes sense to us. It's like, okay, this is why I was saying, when I was watching the pay-per-views, I'd be like, okay, that obviously that person's not winning. That person's not winning. We can already tell where is it going. So when something doesn't go the way we think it does, it's like, oh, okay, well, explain why you don't believe this person should win, because it makes sense for that person to win. And then that sometimes troubles us, because like we said, the Megan Bayne situation, where Megan Bayne was going against Toni Storm, and then Toni Storm got the roll-up pin. Because in my brain, I said, man, Toni Storm is not winning this shit. I hate the fact that she's not winning it, but she's not winning. And that's where my brain went that entire time, until I saw the roll-up finish, and I said, okay, that makes sense, because you still made Megan Bayne strong, but on paper, Toni should not be winning clean. But Toni doesn't finish. Like, she's not a heel, so she's not going to do a cheat.
She's not going to cheat to the tights, but she hit her with the surprise roll-up.
So that makes sense. And so, okay, now it's like, okay, where are you going with this now? If Megan Bayne doesn't win it now, obviously we're going to have a rubber match, and we don't have a rubber match.
No, we haven't.
So it was like, well, then what was the point?
Like, where you have your casual watchers, and then you have like your really smart mark watchers. I do believe we also, when we watch wrestling, we are people of, because we watch anime and we watch and we look at comic books and things like that, and then we also play these video games.
I think
not that, though that does play a bit, but there is this feeling of continuity.
Okay, there you go.
And I feel that's where AEW fails at probably some of the hardest, is the fact of, when we watch things, unlike other people or how they like to think, we remember everything. Like, we remember that match. We remember the fact that, that they was literally beefing like 3 months ago. Why are they shaking hands and being friends? Like, we remember the fact that this particular thing happened, and this one, we remember these things, and AEW acts as if that, like, those things never happened, or like AEW acts as if that, like, if
don't look at it.
Yes. or they do or they're trying to do the thing where it's like, that was actually the movie. That's not part that didn't happen in universe.
That wasn't canon.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
or they hit us with the Men in Black.
or that, because boy, they try and do. But we have our glasses on.
Yes.
We see it.
Yes.
And that's why that pay-per-view was garbage.
Yeah.
Because we see it.
Yeah. We saw that shit. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts? We definitely appreciate y'all being here for the 2 hours of just us ranting about this pay-per-view, or these two. Well, one of the pay-per-views. The other pay-per-view is decent, and just some of the things that's going on in wrestling currently. But as always, when you are here, please be sure to like or choke slam the like button, and also tombstone the subscribe button, because every time you are here, you do know that the ring is sacred. The questions are as well, but the destruction is guaranteed, because it is the Masaku, the one who is holding the most prestigious title in gaming history.
His Mercedes Monet belt.
Get the fuck out of here. It's
It's
CEO
your boy.
belt.
It's your boy Swag Switcher in the building.
And we will be here next time. See you guys soon.